Can you believe it? We are actually going to talk about precious metals again on this channel, not another Bitcoin video. How amazing is this? You know, everybody's been giving me a lot of flack about talking about Bitcoin, but as somebody that is a full-time precious metals trader, I own Mineral Exchange, I do precious metals full-time. It is the dramatic percentage of my portfolio is precious metals, and people who know me know I put my money where my mouth is. Bitcoin is another thing that helps us get away from fiat currency. So anything that helps us become decentralized, anything that helps put the money back in the people's hands, I'm a fan of it. I hold that bias, you know, and one of my favorite investors is Chamath Palihapitiya, and he was actually the first one to say, you know what, this is a schmuck insurance play. You should put 1% of your portfolio in Bitcoin as a schmuck insurance play. That was Chamath Palihapitiya that said that, and I've followed him for a very long time. And if anybody wants to check the scoreboard, Chamath versus pretty much any investor absolutely decimates them. His return on investment with social capital and all of his things that he's done in the past, home run, home run, home run, home run. If you want to argue against Chamath Palihapitiya, competition is going to be pretty fierce there. But he is one of the people, also Kathy Wood is also from ARK Invest, one of the people that talk about that insurance play of Bitcoin, and that's how I look at it as well. Luckily, I got on Bitcoin earlier. If you haven't seen that video, I did gold versus Bitcoin. This is going to be gold versus platinum versus silver, but I did do a video gold versus Bitcoin, and back then, I think Bitcoin, if you check the dates, was around 10,000 a Bitcoin. I had been buying Bitcoin up until that point. Now I'm more than double on my position in Bitcoin on my average price point. So I could sell half and ride the other half on house's money. And I'll actually profit a little bit too. So I happen to get lucky on that. I still look at Bitcoin as a very speculative play, but we are back on precious metals today. So enough of that, enough of it. I know. Sorry, I won't be bringing that up again, but we're going to get back into precious metals. Obviously my passion. Much, much more so than Bitcoin. Before I get into that, I want to say I did just start an Instagram page. So if you want to reach out to me, I am much more accessible there. It's much easier to just DM me there and I will message you back within a day. I check that every single day. So if you go to my Instagram, it's just Rob Soltan on Instagram. I'll put a screenshot. Same name, can't miss it. Would love to have you as a subscriber to my Instagram. Or does they say follower on Instagram? Subscriber, follower. Would love to have you there on my Instagram page, Rob Soltan on Instagram. So let's get into the video. Platinum is so overlooked in my opinion. If you haven't watched my platinum video where I kind of talked against Mike Maloney in that video, I'm a big fan of Mike Maloney, just like I'm a big fan of Peter Schiff, but I can respectfully disagree with them on certain things. On platinum, I respectfully disagree with Mike Maloney. I think he holds a bit of a bias because he doesn't sell platinum. He only sells gold and silver. At Mineral Exchange, we sell all precious metals. So if you want to go to mineralexchange.com, sign up for our email list. We've got a contact us form. We'll be happy to shoot you a call and help you out with your precious metals needs. But back to the point of platinum, I think that he's a bit against platinum because he doesn't sell it. We kind of specialize in platinum. I sell quite a bit of platinum. Here in front of me, I got about 50 ounces of platinum here. I got some 10-ounce Baird London platinum bars. I got some Johnson Matthey 10-ounce platinum bars. I got a 10-ounce gold Johnson Matthey bar. I got a 100-ounce Engelhard silver bar behind here and a 10-ounce Engelhard platinum right here as well. So put a little bit of an array here just for the visuals. I also am kind of stoked to have the visual of a 10-ounce Johnson Matthey Platinum versus a 10-ounce Johnson Matthey Gold to show you the density difference because platinum is more dense than gold. It's actually thinner. So I'll show you a side by side in a second here, maybe do some screenshots and throw it in the video. But to get back to platinum, this is some stats that'll blow your mind here. The market cap, roughly speaking, on gold is somewhere around 10 trillion. Now, I could be off by 2 trillion, give or take, which is kind of a lot, but just to put a broad picture on it, the market cap of above ground gold is roughly 10 trillion. The above ground market cap on silver is in the multi-trillions as well. Just speaking very broad here. What's going to blow your mind is the market cap on platinum is roughly 10 billion with a B. 10 trillion here with gold with a T, 10 billion with a B on platinum. That's how much less platinum there is above ground. Now, the main argument against platinum is its industrial use is dropping. They're not using it for catalytic converters anymore. They switched over to palladium, and we're also going to the electric car age, and they're not using as much platinum in these cars. Very, very valid point. But has this already been baked in? Has the drop in platinum already been baked in? That becomes the question. Is there going to be more industrial use for platinum? Right now, they use it in medical. It fights diseases with They fight disease with platinum, like cancer. They also use platinum for medical devices. There's all these different things that platinum is still used for to this day. And I happen to think that the use in an exhaust system to purify the air and to help with pollution can be used in a different sector at some point, because pollution is still a major problem. You know, is there going to be other uses for platinum in the future? That becomes the question. But the bigger question is platinum going to be start being used more as money? To put it into perspective here, another counter to that industrial argument of platinum in comparison with gold is used at about a 90% industrial level. So 90% of platinum above ground is used in industrial cases. That's why it drops so much, because it's not being used in cars as much, because it's pretty much all used in industrial cases. Same thing with silver, not quite as much as platinum, but still has majority industrial use for silver. They say between dealers, we kind of joke around, we say the next mining fields are going to be in, in trash areas, in landfills. That's where we're going to be mining, because all of the silver and platinum, it gets dumped in these landfills. And same thing with gold as well. But obviously, if you have 90% industrial use on platinum and a large industrial use on silver, I think it's around 70 or 80% with silver. But the funny part is the industrial use of gold is less than 30%. So 90% industrial use, less than 30%. And the reason for that, and then if you take jewelry out of the picture, it's just a small percentage sliver of gold that is used in industrial cases. And that's not anything against gold, but it certainly shows how much the lack of industrial use argument has been baked in with platinum. Because if you're going to say that as an argument, well, then what about gold? Platinum is every bit as noble of a metal as gold. It's actually, in my opinion, more of a noble metal than gold. It's extremely non-corrosive. It's actually more dense than gold. It is much harder to fake than gold. When you see a fake platinum bar, if you didn't see that video I did on platinum prior to this, ironically enough, that's my most viewed video. So of all the videos I've done on YouTube, the platinum video on is platinum a good investment and why I disagree with Mike Maloney on platinum, that video I think is around 7,000 views, which is way more than all the other videos on my page. So it goes to show you that people are very interested in platinum and very interested in why it's so undervalued right now. But back to the industrial case situation here with gold. Most of the gold above ground is stored as money. It's stored as money as, humans are believing this is money. We store gold as money because it's been stored that way for a very long time. Platinum was only able to be refined about 300 years ago. It's a very new thing, and it's much harder to refine. It takes 3,000 degree melting point. It takes a 3,000 degree melting point rather to refine platinum down to 995 pure. So it's harder to mine platinum. It's harder to refine platinum, yet it's half the price of gold. There is a fraction of platinum above ground, whereas there is a lot of gold above ground. Now, if we do get a lack of trust in the dollar and people want to start backing up the banks to gold, the central banks will definitely go to gold first. I agree with that. But I think the crowds are going to start realizing, wait, platinum is like the black poker chip in a poker game versus, gold being the red chip, and black is usually the most valuable because there's a lot less of it. If we start finding that more stackers want to buy platinum as an investment, look at the upside there. You got gold right here, that the majority of it, roughly, I would say if you take jewelry out of the picture, and jewelry kind of counts for holding it as an investment because it's gold jewelry, you know, it's kind of an investment in a sense. You put that into the picture, I mean, I'm just going to throw a rough number out there, but 80% of it is likely just stored as money. The 20% is, and I think it's a lot less than that, to be honest with you, is used in like electronics and a few other things, but it's too expensive now to use in all of these electronics and all these different smaller applications. Whereas platinum, less than 10% of it is stored as money. 80% of it is stored as money. Less than 10% of it is stored as money. Last time I checked, a platinum eagle is a $100 denomination, right? And a gold eagle is $50. Our own government issuing gold from the mint, and all of the others as well, when you talk about Perth, when you talk about Royal Canadian, all these other mints make platinum the higher denomination. Why is that? Because they know it is more rare. Something to think about. But the big thing I want people to look at, and the reason I am so bullish on platinum, and trust me, I really have my money where my mouth is when it comes to platinum, is the fact that platinum, less than 10% of it is being held as money, whereas roughly 80% or more of it is being held as money with gold. So if you saw that start to flip, you could imagine how much upside is in platinum if more people went to a coin shop or something and said, you know, I went to mineralexchange.com, shameless promo. You know, you'd look at it and go, wait a minute, you know, platinum seems like there's not very much of it. It's a lot cheaper than gold. I want to get some platinum for my portfolio. If you see more of that happening, you can see how that shift could happen there. You can see how a market could get cornered in platinum because there is so little of it that is being held as money. If that changed to just say 50% of platinum was held as money, could you imagine the upside there? Would be huge. So I look at platinum, and it's not me saying platinum is Bitcoin by any means, but I look at platinum in the same way that I look at Bitcoin. That's kind of why I wanted to bring that up at the beginning, is it's a speculative metal. It's speculative. But if there was a change in demand in platinum, whether that be more for a different industrial application, it could very well happen that something other than the car industry starts using platinum. And now that palladium is so expensive, I would imagine that they start trying to change from using palladium to using platinum again. That would be the first thing, is if there was more industrial use for platinum, something changes in the future where a future technology uses platinum, and there's a pretty good likelihood of that happening. The other thing is, and this is where I personally believe will happen in the future, is platinum being held in more portfolios as bullion. More people investing in platinum and realizing that it's undervalued. And if that happens, going from 10% being stored as money to changing to 30%, 40%, 50% of platinum being stored as money, you're talking about a roughly 10 billion cap. 10 billion. A hedge fund could buy all the platinum in the world. All the platinum in the world could fit in this little room. That's how small of platinum there is. And that's why I'm big on platinum myself. And so I wanted to open up some eyes with this video towards platinum, but I did say that I was going to talk about silver as well. Something that people don't understand about silver is far more rare above ground than gold. I repeat, and it's not more rare than platinum, but a lot more rare above ground than gold. About 800% more, 8 times more silver or more gold is above ground than silver. And that is again because silver is majority used in industrial applications. If you want to find silver, you're probably going to have to start digging up landfills, and the same thing with platinum in the future, especially if the mining costs keep going up. And with COVID and all this stuff going on, I would imagine that the mines aren't producing as well as they used to. And also the main places on where platinum comes from, which is, I believe, Africa is number 1 and then Russia is number 2 on where platinum comes from, they're not exporting right now. And if they are, it's really hard to. So it's extremely limited platinum. And it's hard to mine and refine it, much harder to mine and refine platinum than the other metals. It's actually a more noble metal than the other metals, in my opinion, when it comes to being more dense and harder to corrode. It just seems very oddly undervalued to me. Please post in a comment down below what you think about if it's undervalued or not. I'd love to hear your feedback. I miss out on a lot of different points, and it helps me refine into future videos when I read your comments, and other people really learn from you by posting a comment down below. I often miss out on a lot of stuff, and I really do appreciate when people point that out. But I just really wanted to emphasize how bullish I am on platinum and why I think it's undervalued and why I think it's worth, I used to say like a 10% position in a precious metals portfolio. And this isn't advice. It's financial education based on my opinion. This is what I'm doing with my money. Don't sue me, bro. Discretion advised. But platinum, I find it to be, at this point, now that it just broke over 1,000 today, I think it was yesterday, it broke over 1,000 and cut through it really nice. So I'm looking if it holds over that resistance, and it has so much upside to go with platinum. I'm increasing my personal holdings in platinum from about 10% of a decentralized portfolio. I'm going up to like 20, 30, maybe even 40% into platinum right now. So I really am putting my money where my mouth is. Obviously, I have 50 ounces of it in front of me right here. With silver, I wanted to get back to silver. I got a little distracted because I'm very biased with platinum. But silver is more rare than gold above ground. A lot of people don't know that. Platinum is far more rare than both of them, but silver is more rare above ground than gold, and it's back to that industrial case that more of it is used in industrial applications. 8 times more gold above ground because we've been storing it for a long time as money. Now, if we do have a solvency event or more and more people start to not trust the dollar, they're going to shift to gold because gold is gold. They're also going to shift to silver. They might not go directly into platinum, but when you realize just how small that market cap is in platinum, it could get cornered pretty fast. And I don't think platinum is going to continue to be as readily as available as people think. And also, when the market goes down, platinum premiums usually go up. I've noticed that. Platinum people think it's an unstable metal, but it's actually a lot more stable than the other metals, in my opinion, because when it falls, the premiums jump up. And I also want to give a piece of advice as well. Don't buy fractional platinum. There, I said it. Don't buy tenths of platinum. Don't buy grams of platinum, because you end up paying like $2,200 an ounce or something, or $1,800 an ounce when you actually calculate it out. It's a ripoff, these fractional platinum pieces. I specialize in the 10-ounce platinum pieces because you're actually making an investment. You're actually getting the metal closer to spot price. Now, there's still a big premium on platinum, but I think that Mineral Exchange offers some of the most competitive rates on platinum in the market. So shoot me a DM on my Instagram if you want to reach me directly, or go to the website and fill out the contact form, and we'll be giving you a call back. But when it comes down, I don't mean to just be like, this isn't like a sales video. If you want help with it, reach out. If you don't, get it somewhere else. You can get platinum from many other people than me, but I offer a pretty competitive price on platinum. This is overall why I am so bullish on silver and platinum in particular, because they have more industrial application than gold, and less of it is used as money as gold. It's very odd to me how much gold's price relies on the fact that humans are considering it money. We really hold most of the value in gold just by the fact that we say, hey, this is money. We store it as money, and we're saying that as so. The fact that there is so little platinum above ground and so much less silver above ground, I just find it to be extremely undervalued, and I think the potential of the two metals has a lot to run. That's pretty much the main points I wanted to go over in this video, to kind of go the versus arguments. With silver, you have industrial applications. There's antibacterial qualities. I was going to say antimicrobacterial. I'm not going to cut that out. Antibacterial qualities. They use it in the medical field. They use it in like clothing. They use it in a lot of different things, in health-related applications, and the same thing with platinum. And I think that and also with silver, that's very interesting, is its use in solar panels. I think that's huge with silver. And I think there's going to be a huge demand for silver. And I don't think that the supply is going to be able to meet the demand. And I don't think that miners, if miners can't mine silver at the right price at these prices, they're not going to be mining it. You know, like that's why I'm kind of against mining stocks in a sense, because if the price of silver is so cheap right now, and it is extreme, it makes no sense how low silver is. The mining stocks are in jeopardy there, because if it costs more to mine silver and to mine platinum and to mine gold than they can be profitable, you're in a bad pickle there. So it would make much more sense to just have the actual metal when it's extremely undervalued. Eventually, the true, colors come to surface. Eventually people realize, wait, this is extremely undervalued, and the market will then change. I think right now we're at a point where inflation hasn't really kicked in yet. Everybody's, the Fed actually admitted to it. Not very long ago, they admitted that inflation is going to grow. And if they're going to admit anything over there at the Fed, it's probably true. It's probably true, because they don't even want to talk about it, period. And it's probably a lot worse than they're saying. As soon as those real numbers start hitting, you got to be a contrarian with precious metals, because it's a hedge against hyperinflation, and we might be going into hyperinflation. That's just my 2 cents on it and what I personally believe. Didn't mean to ramble too much, but I hope there were some gems in this video that helped you understand a bit on why I am so bullish on silver and platinum. And I hold a lot of gold. I have nothing really against gold. I think it's going to continue to go up in price. I just happen to think the return on investment on platinum and silver will be higher than it is gold. I'm going to say that as kind of a prediction. I think the return on investment with platinum and silver in the near future and in the long-term future is going to be much higher than gold. But I do see gold continuing to go up in price, just as I see pretty much all collectibles in a sense, because the dollars are so diluted. If anybody's checked recently, I know not a lot of people look at this chart, but when you're on your Kitco app, or if you're looking through gold prices, make sure to go down and check that dollar index. That's another piece of advice. Make sure to check the dollar index. I believe it's hitting like the low 91, almost under 91 right now. That's pretty serious. It's kind of, the dollar is losing its value, and the bottom could really fall out. And that's where me and Peter Schiff, I really do get along with Peter Schiff on all of his arguments except for Bitcoin and mining stocks. Bitcoin and mining stocks are the only two places I differ, but I do believe that we might go through a very serious dollar crash. And seeing the dollar index continuing to go down, that's meaning that it takes more dollars to purchase things because they're diluted. It's going to take more dollars to purchase our silver. When silver fell to like 22 recently, no dealers wanted to sell it. You might go to a coin shop, or you might go to your local sales place for precious metals and say, hey, silver's falling. Can I get into silver? They're going to either number one, they're going to charge you a big premium. The premiums go up because they don't really want to sell their silver, or they're just going to put it in the back of their safe and say, oh, we're all out of silver. Tough luck. I'm sure a lot of you watching this video have seen that. And then on all the online channels, you all of a sudden don't see as much silver popping up because the price doesn't make sense. So when it falls to 22, I like to say people got us mistaken in the precious metals world. You say on your little ticker right there that our silver's worth 22 an ounce, but you got us mistaken that we want 22 of your dollars for our ounce of silver. You got us mistaken. We'd rather keep our stuff, including the dealers. So that's something to think about here, is even when the prices fall, the supply doesn't even want to supply the demand because the demand is being greedy. The supplier's like, no, we're going to hang on to our stuff. Something to think about. All of these different things are very telling to me that we are slowly going to see the dollar lose its value. And the other thing I wanted to say is people talk about, equities. Look at how the Dow is over 30,000, and it pulled back a little. I think it's 29, 30,000 right now. I like to say you had a shot of vodka. And you say, hey, I want more vodka. And somebody pours a gallon of water in your vodka. And you're sitting there and you go, wow, look, I have a gallon of vodka. No, you don't. You got a gallon of H2O with a vodka taste to it. And that's what's happening with our dollar. No, the Dow isn't 30,000. It just has diluted dollars. And it's continuing to be more and more diluted. And what happened in 2007? You saw the largest crowds go into the market in 2007. The more retail crowds that flocked into the market, all of a sudden it collapses. And it's actually been a very telling sign. When there's more people jumping into the equities market, all of a sudden there's a crash. And right now we're seeing more Robinhood traders, more people piling their money into equities than ever before and kind of lining up to be slaughtered, in my personal opinion. You know, it could get really rough. And I don't think people are understanding that it's not that your stocks have gone up in price, it's that your dollars were diluted. And so it looks that way, but you got to look past the smoke and mirrors. I'm not against gold. I think gold's going to continue to go up in price. I just happen to think platinum and silver are extremely undervalued. That's the video. I hope that there was some useful information. If there was some useful information, consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Would love to have you in the community. If you haven't been to my Instagram, go to Rob Soltan on Instagram, follow there. You can also DM me there, and I will actually reach out to you back on Instagram, and it will be me. It's not some bot or anything like that. It's me. So if you want to reach out to me on Instagram, feel free to shoot me a DM there with any of your questions or things that I missed out on. Really love to hear back from you over there. And it's kind of a little bit more person to person versus just replying in the comments, which I do that as well. Also, if you got some value from this video, please smash that like button. Really appreciate it. It really does help the video get seen by more people on YouTube. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. So if you smash that like button, would really appreciate it. I'm saying it at the end of the video this time. So hopefully if you watch the entire video, there was actually some value there and some surprising stats on these metals that you didn't know before. The last thing I wanted to do is show you the difference in the densities of gold versus platinum here. Should have got a 10-ounce silver bar. It's obviously a lot thicker, but let me put this in front of the camera here to kind of show you the difference. Platinum is much more thin than gold. Let's see if I can show you. This is actually the exact same bar. This is a platinum bar of Johnson Matthey and a gold bar from Johnson Matthey. See that? But just to show you the difference in densities, it really kind of shows you that platinum is a lot more thin than gold. Anyways, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Signing out. See you at the next one.